Tolerance. As we say, we develop these qualities, and each one of these qualities make us a better person. To be a tolerant person is something that makes us better. If we can develop the quality of being tolerant, we become a better person. The definition is the ability to effectively work and live with all people. The quote is from Helen Keller, and it says that the highest result of education is tolerance. The highest result of education is tolerance. I can assure you, prejudice is a sign of ignorance. You will find more ignorant people that are prejudiced than you ever will find in intelligent people that are tolerant. The key to education, the result of education, is tolerance. You've heard this poem before, and I want you to think about it. We talked about this in another chapter, another quality, but this is about tolerance. 6 men are trapped by circumstance in bleak and bitter cold. Each one possessed a stick of wood, or so the story's told. The dying fire in need of logs, the first man held his back because the faces around the fire, he noticed one was black. Now tell me, here's the situation. You got a miserable, cold night, and you got a fire. Amen? And everybody's got a stick of wood. And so if you put your stick of wood on the fire, you're gonna get heat, which is gonna prevent you from freezing to death. So the first guy's got a stick of wood and he throws it on the fire, right? No. He looks around and he sees there's a black man there. And in order to keep from heating the black man, he keeps his stick of wood. The second man saw not one of his own local church and couldn't bring himself to give the first his stick of birch. He sees guys that are not in his religion. So what does he do? He keeps his wood. The poor man sat and tied his clothes and gave his coat a hitch. Why should he give up his log to warm the idle rich? The rich man sat and thought of all the wealth he had in store and how to keep what he had earned from the lazy, shiftless poor. The black man's face spoke revenge, and the fire passed from his sight because he saw in his stick of wood a chance to spite the white. The last man of this forlorn group did naught except for gain. Only to those who gave to him was how he played the game. Their logs held tight in death's still hands was proof of human sin. They didn't die from the cold without. They died from the cold within. That's the lack of tolerance. When you're an intolerant person, you are going to freeze to death. You are going to be miserable. I taught this to a group in Mesa, Arizona, and one of the things that we did as far as an activity is I had them sit at lunch with a group they had never sat with before. And Mesa, Arizona, Mesa High School was the largest school in the state of Arizona, and we had a real diverse population. We had the Samoans, we had the South Sea Islanders, we had Mormons, we had the Muslims, we had the African Americans, we had the Mexican Americans. We just had a plethora of different groups. And they came back, and I said, okay, tell me what you learned sitting with these different groups at lunch. What do you think they learned? They're all the same. You know, the one thing that struck every kid, they said, Coach, they're no different than we are. They talk about the same things. They do the same things. You know, they may do it in a little different manner, but they're all the same. If you're going to be successful in life, you have to develop the quality of tolerance. You're going to have to work with a whole different group of people at every level, different colors, different religions, different socioeconomic backgrounds. All of those things are going to be necessary for you to work with. And if you don't develop the quality of tolerance, then you're in for a very difficult life. And you're never going to win in athletics. I can assure you of that.